Welcome students in the geography class with Mrs. Tripti Sharma. This is chapter 8 and the topic we are going to study is Case Study Cacao Cultivation in Ghana. Ghana, officially the Republic of Ghana, is a country along the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean in the sub-region of West Africa. Ghana means warrior king. Ghana is bordered by the Ivory Coast in the west, Burkina Faso in the north, Togo in the east, the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean in the south. Dear students, Ghana, officially the Republic of Ghana, is a West African country. It is a country along the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean in the sub-region of West Africa. Ghana is bordered by the Ivory Coast in the west, Burkina Faso in the north, Togo in the east, the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean in the south. Ghana means warrior king. The climate of Ghana is tropical. The eastern coastal belt is warm and comparatively dry. The southwest corner of Ghana is hot and humid, and the north of Ghana is hot and dry. Ghana is located on the Gulf of Guinea, only a few degrees north of the equator, giving it a warm climate. The climate of Ghana is tropical and there are two main seasons, the wet and the dry seasons. Cacao is an important cash crop in Ghana. Cocoa is essentially a plant of tropical region. The equatorial environment with high temperatures and heavy rainfall is the best for the production of cocoa. An annual rainfall of 200 to 350 centimeters is ideal. The cocoa farming is best developed in regions having about 27 degrees Celsius of average annual temperature. Most of the cacao production in Ghana occurs in the southern Ghana, as the climatic conditions suit to the production of cacao here. Dear students, here we can see that Ghana is a West African country. It is situated on the coast of the Gulf of Guinea. Gulf of Guinea lies in the south of Ghana. Although relatively small in area and population, Ghana is one of the leading countries of Africa. Ghana is also known as it was the first black African country south of the Sahara to achieve independence from colonial rule. The Gold Coast was the first British colony in Africa to become independent. After independence, its name changed to Ghana. The Republic of Ghana is named after the medieval West African Ghana Empire. Ghana is in West Africa in the Gulf of Guinea. Dear students, we all know that Ghana is a West African country and it is situated on the coast of the Gulf of Guinea. The country is small in area and population, but Ghana is one of the leading countries of Africa. The main industries in Ghana are agriculture of cacao, mining. Yes, mining is also an important industry in Ghana. And dear students, Ghana is known for the mining of gold and diamonds. Gold and diamonds mines are here, but it is supposed to be a poor country. Apart from agriculture and mining, manufacturing, lumbering, and oil industries are also available in Ghana. As we all know that our topic is case study cacao cultivation in Ghana. So today we are going to have cocoa story. In Ghana, the triangular area between Takoradi, Kumasi and Accra towns has concentration of cocoa plantations, hence called Cocoa Triangle. Cocoa tree needs warm wet climate, forest protection. Ghana being in the equatorial belt, so all conditions met. Cocoa cultivation needs lot of cheap laborers. So the labor demand is also met here. There are some ports mainly grown for export. The name of such ports are Takoradi and Tema. Here one thing is very important that we must remember, that Ghana exports cocoa beans. It does not export finished products. The cacao tree yields cocoa from which chocolate is made. The tree is therefore grown as a cash crop. It is believed to be a native of the equatorial regions of the Americas. Possibly, it was grown in these regions more than 3000 years ago. The cacao tree was introduced in Europe by the Spanish. From there, it was taken to Asia and Africa. It was brought to Ghana by a local farmer from the island of Fernando Po, now called Bioko, in the late 1870s. The cultivation of cacao in Ghana was very successful, and around 1891 the country began to export the crop. We all know that cacao is believed to be a native of the equatorial regions of the Americas. The cacao tree was introduced in Europe by the Spanish. From there, it was taken to Asia and Africa. It was introduced in Africa, especially in Ghana, in the late 1870s. Today, Ghana is one of the leading producers and exporters of cacao in the world. A large share of the country's agricultural land is used for growing cacao. Cacao is one of Ghana's chief revenue earners, and Ghana's economy depends heavily on cacao cultivation. Now, let's discuss about the journey of cacao tree. Dear students, we all know that cacao tree yields cocoa from which chocolate is made. The tree is therefore grown as a cash crop. It is believed that cacao is a native of the equatorial regions of the Americas. The cacao tree was introduced in Europe by the Spanish, and from there it was taken to Asia and Africa. Ghana is a West African country. It was brought to Ghana by a local farmer of Ghana. The cultivation of cacao in Ghana was very successful, and around 1891 the country began to export the crop. Dear students, we must remember that cacao is one of Ghana's chief revenue earners. It is the economy builder of Ghana. Ghana exports cocoa beans. It does not export finished products. There are some problems cocoa farmers face. Like price of cocoa, it keeps going up and down on the world market. So the farmers are also affected by it directly. The farmers don't have proper farming equipments, they don't get proper food and medicines. These are the basic amenities. In the shortage of basic amenities, farmers really face severe problems. Child labor is a big problem in cocoa cultivation. Children often have to work to bring in extra income for farming families. Farmers get very low payments. They get the payments in fractions. The changing to produce other crops is also difficult. So these are some problems that the cocoa farmers face. Dear students, chocolate comes from the cacao tree, which is formerly known as Theobroma cacao. Cacao trees grow in three main regions: West Africa, South and Central Americas, Southeast Asia, and Oceania. Cacao trees are delicate plants. So, they live in the understory of tropical forests and require taller trees to shelter them from strong wind and direct sunlight. Chocolate comes from the cacao tree, which is formerly known as Theobroma cacao. Cacao trees grow in three main regions: West Africa, South and Central Americas, Southeast Asia, and Oceania. Cacao trees flourish only in the hot, rainy tropics, 20 degrees north and south of the equator. Cacao trees are delicate plants that live in the understory of tropical forests and require other taller trees to shelter them from wind and sun. Here, as we are studying about the cultivation of cacao trees in Ghana, so my dear students, we must know that Ghana is not an important producer of chocolate or other cocoa products. Hence, the cacao grown here is meant for export. When cacao trees were first introduced in Ghana, they were grown only in the coastal areas where the exporting ports were located. Later, cacao cultivation is spread far inland. The inland areas have been linked to the exporting ports by roads and railways. Most of Ghana's cacao is grown in a triangular area bounded by the towns of Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi. This region is sometimes called the Cocoa Triangle. Takoradi, with a modern artificial harbour, is an exporting port. Another exporting port is Tema near Accra. Dear students, now we shall study about cacao cultivation. So let's know about the cacao tree. The cacao tree grows to a height of about 6 to 12 meters. 6 to 12 meters means 20 to 40 feet. Its large, leathery leaves are shed from time to time and replaced by a new set. The new leaves are red when they are young. Dear students, look at the slide. The beautiful cocoa blossoms. The tree may bear flowers throughout the year, but flowers appear in abundance once every 6 months. The flowers have either a foul smell or no smell. They may be white, pink, yellow, or red in color. They grow on the trunk and large branches of the tree. Dear students, look at the slide. These are cocoa pods hanging from the branches of cacao trees. When the cacao tree is about 4 years old, flowers begin to mature into pods. A tree can bear up to 70 pods a year. The pods look like elongated melons. They ripen in about 6 months, changing their color from green to bright yellow and sometimes purple. Dear students, we know the ripened pods change their colors from green to bright yellow or sometimes purple. Now you can see on the screen the pictures of cocoa beans. So cocoa pod is filled with sweet and sticky white pulp, within which are 20 to 60 oval seeds called cocoa beans. A tree can bear fruit for 30 years or more. There are several types of cacao trees. The type most commonly grown is called forastero. Some other types of cocoa cultivation are rustic cacao, planted shade, technified cacao, etc. Cacao trees have a relatively benign effect on the environment if sustainably planted. Growing conditions. The ideal condition for growing cacao trees are found in the equatorial region. Suitable factors required for the cultivation of cocoa are climate, shade, protection from strong winds, soil, and labor. The ideal conditions for growing cacao trees are found in the equatorial region. The trees grow best at altitudes of 30 to 300 meters above sea level in areas where the temperature ranges between 20 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius. Ideally, the annual rainfall should range between 150 centimeters and 200 centimeters. It should be evenly distributed throughout the year. Although cocoa requires much heat, but direct sunlight is harmful to it. Some protection is necessary, especially when trees are young. In cocoa plantations, tall banana plants or other shady trees are usually grown to provide shade. The cacao tree does not send its roots deep into the soil, so it has to be protected from being uprooted by strong winds. Strong winds are harmful for cocoa cultivation because they often blow off unripe pods, which will be wasted. Cocoa can be grown on a wide range of soils. The soil should be well drained and rich in humus. Cacao is grown on plantations. In Africa, it is grown mostly on small plantations, not more than 2 hectares. So, cacao cultivation and processing are labor intensive. The cacao tree bears fruit all the year round, but beans are usually harvested during the drier season, that is from September to February in West Africa. Cutting down the pods and splitting them, fermenting, drying, and sacking the beans all require much manual labor. Cacao is grown on plantations. In Africa, it is grown mostly on small plantations, not more than 2 hectares in area. This helps prevent large-scale damage by pests and diseases. Cacao plants are first grown from seeds or cuttings and are later transplanted. They are spaced about 1.5 to 4.5 meters. It means 5 to 15 feet apart. In the spaces between the plants, tree crops such as banana, palm, and rubber are planted to give shade to the young cacao plants. Pods containing cocoa beans grow from the trunk and branches of the cocoa trees. Harvesting involves removing ripe pods from the tree and opening them to extract the wet beans. The pods are harvested manually by making a clean cut through the stalk with a well-sharpened blade. Cacao pods may be harvested throughout the year, but most of the pods are harvested in 2 seasons, from October to March and from May to August. My dear students, we studied about cacao cultivation, and now we are going to study about processing. Cacao processing involves different steps. First, seeds are spread out and allowed to ferment. Then, these fermented seeds are dried and roasted. Then after, seed coats are removed and nibs are obtained. Once nibs are obtained, they are ground, which produces a thick liquid called chocolate liquor. Chocolate liquor is non-alcoholic. Chocolate liquor is fed through a high-pressure press which separates the fat from the solids. The fat is called cocoa butter and the solids form cocoa powder. The cocoa butter and cocoa powder can be recombined together with sugar or milk to produce chocolate. Dear students, this slide shows the journey of a beans to bar, means how chocolate is made. The different steps are harvesting, fermenting, drying, roasting, cracking and winnowing, grinding and conching, tempering, molding, and at last, dripping. Dear students, let's know about fermentation. After the pods are split open, the pulp along with the beans inside is collected. It is then placed in heaps on the ground or in large shallow boxes with holes at the bottom to allow the juices to drain away. The heaps of pulp are covered with banana leaves and left for 3 to 7 days. During this time, by the action of bacteria, the pulp sticking to the beans is changed into a juicy substance and drained away. This process is known as fermentation. The beans become reddish brown in color and develop a typical flavor. The fermented beans are dried with frequent turnings until they lose almost all their moisture. The dried beans are taken by the farmers to a collection center. Here the beans are graded, packed in sacks and sent to the nearest port for shipment. Dear students, the cultivation of cacao needs a large labor force. This is because most of the farm work, from the growing of saplings to the transportation of the crop to the collection centers, is done manually. Thus, cacao cultivation gives employment to a large number of people. Now, after reaching to the collection centers, and being shipped and exported to the respective countries, the beans arrive to the processing centers. Here they are first cleaned of twigs and dirt. Then the beans are roasted to increase their flavor. The shells of the roasted beans are then cracked and separated from the kernels called nibs with the help of blowers. The nibs are broken by grinding. This releases the fat called cocoa butter and a paste called chocolate liquor. Chocolate liquor is either molded and hardened into solid chocolate or it is passed through a fine sieve under pressure to separate the cocoa solids from the liquor. The cocoa solids are ground into cocoa powder. Thank you.